The following program deals with a controversial subject. The theories expressed are not the only possible interpretation.
The viewer is invited to make a judgment based on all available information.
Welcome to another House of Stein Hot 10 list, you guys. I'm here with the boys, Richie and Hood, and yeah, we're gonna try and get out to San Diego. We'll see how that plays out. We'll let you know more on down the road. And yeah, we had a little sound issue, so we fixed that. Shout out to all 97 live at the beginning of the show. Our boy Stein is on vacation right now. He is hanging out with the fam, which is something he should be doing on vacation. He definitely shouldn't be on House of Stein on Friday night while he's on vacation. And I told him to send me some pics. Let's take a look here. Let's see if there's any good Stein pics on Instagram.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Stein packs.
Yeah. All right, House of Stein. Let's see what we got here. Oh, look at that. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Here you go for everybody out there. Let's take a quick look. This is our boy.
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Is he on the West Coast or East Coast?
He's on the East Coast. He's on the East Coast. Let me know if you guys can hear the sound.
Think to myself.
Is there any echo there? There is an echo.
A little slightly.
That's the beach that Tom Brady announced his retirement.
Yeah.
See, only Yeezy would know that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Good shit, you guys. Good shit. All right. So there's Stein out on the beach. And yeah. Interesting stuff there. We'll figure out
And
all
he
the
still had time
soon.
to give us a list. How fucking awesome.
All right, tell me if you guys hear an echo.
Think to myself.
Tiny bit of reverb.
What a wonderful world. Sky.
So there we go.
That's better.
No, yeah, not bad, not bad. All right, so shout out to our boy Stein. Throw him some love on IG. We got a good list to go through right now. Let's get into it.
I was getting dizzy looking at that beach, bro.
All right. Yeah. All right. So no echo on that. Good. That's what I'm talking about. We'll see if we can play through this whole episode with no echo again. All right, you guys, you know how we do this. We have got a new, nice little segment called Buy the Dip. Let's get into it. Ooh! All right, here we go. Starting off with an interesting one. One of my all-time favorites, Cry for Dawn, #1. An absolutely amazing book right here, you guys. One of the OG original independent books that kind of started off that independent phase and stuff like that. This is in CGC. It sold for $960. It's lowest since 2018, you guys.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sending all you guys. Do you guys have the list already, right? I sent you guys the list so you guys can see it. All right. So yeah, this is pretty interesting, man. Great old school book. I'd be interested to know what the highs were on that. If any of you guys are able to look that up for Cry for Dawn, #1, the CGC 9.8. A lot of counterfeits for this book out there. Yeah, just a great old school book. Joseph Michael Linsner. This is the type of book that most old school comic guys that were into comics in the 70s, 80s, 90s. This is one of the grails for a lot of us. Definitely one of mine. And Doc Joe is in here again, just letting us all know that he's got multiples. and still can't get a 9.8. So great old school book right there. Parker Lee says pretty much everything is dipping. It's ridiculous how the value of my collection is less than 1/2 at the peak. Well, everything is dipping, but you know what that means?
Mm-hmm.
It means you got to buy. You got to buy the dip, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever owned one of these?
I think I might have that. Remember when I scooped up all those Lensner books?
Mm-hmm.
I think I have this. Now I got to go fucking dig out all that shit and see if I have it.
Yeah. Yeah. The seller is crying for Don, literally says Liger style. Yeah. Yeah. 960 for a CGC 9.8 sale recently. All right, let's move on to our next Buy the Dip book, sponsored by the one and only Spec Media. You guys can go find Richie's link to his channel below. Go give him some love. This is an interesting one that I didn't know much about. I haven't really done much research on it. This is Batman #1, the Millennium Edition Chromium variant. I've never seen one of these. And CGC 9.8 sold the other day for $50, the lowest sale since 2009. So, tough one right there. I don't know. I'm not, some of these. I mean, this kind of reminds me of like the Chromium classics, X-Men and Spider-Man and Amazing Spider-Man 300 that Marvel did. It's kind of that same type of thing. But now with all the facsimiles showing up everywhere, these books are starting to get more love. Well, now you can get them for pretty cheap if you play the field, play the eBay game. And as you guys know, if you're either watching the House of Stein Hot 10 every week on Fridays, you know that these books are, crazy cheap right now on Buy the Dip. Or if you're watching the Market Report on Wednesday nights on Beyond Wednesdays, you guys can see all the craziness that you can get out there for super cheap right now. So I would suggest you guys start saving some searches in eBays and setting up some notifications, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, some of these books on our segment Buy the Dip, we're stating the obvious, I guess, without saying it. I guess you could say decent investment. This kind of situation, I think these kind of books, these millenniums, these facsimiles, I think they're great during this time for con season. These are the ones you want to have remarks, you want to have signatures on. You don't want to have your Batman 1 original copy written on.
Yeah. All right. Let's move to the next one. Venom Lethal Protector, issue #1. It's not doing too well on my blue screen. But that being said, you remember when
it kind of looks cool.
Yeah, it does, right? These were selling for what, like 9.8s of this about a year ago were probably selling for like 200, right? The newsstands were like 350 at one point, I remember, maybe a little bit more.
That's the play.
Yeah. Well, guess what, you guys? You guys can pick up a direct 9.8 of these for as little as $60 nowadays.
Damn.
Oh man, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
that's awesome though. I mean, and they've already confirmed a Venom 3. You have the end cameo in the last one where the Venom part of the Venom symbiote is in the Earth 1999-99 MCU from the Sonyverse. So it looks like, I mean, this is pure speculation theory, but it looks like they're planning on putting something together here. And we have live action Miles coming and Secret Wars. So yeah, I mean, not bad.
All right. Finally, is it finally? Yeah, we have 2 more left. I apologize. 2 more left on Buy the Dip. Let's move on to Daredevil #181, the famous Death of Elektra issue, right? Classic Frank Miller issue. This is going to blow you guys away. How about you can pick up a CGC 9.8 of this right now for $80?
What?
This is an iconic issue. A lot of people, including myself, use that iconic word so much in replacement of classic. But this, in my opinion, besides the first Frank Miller, is iconic in a big way. And and also I want to mention, not only you get the death of Elektra by Bullseye, shout out to Ben Affleck. No, I'm kidding. You also get the first appearance of the Wilson Fisk Industries. His corporation is called Fisk Industries. You also get the first appearance of Lou and Sweaty Tex, and then a very DF character, a one and done named Harry, which I know nothing about, but Sweaty Tex has had 4 or 5 appearances in 616.
All right. And then our final book this week on Buy the Dip. There was a Drajevic variant that we saw on Wednesday, right? Hood was there because I asked him about it. It was an 8.0 that sold for $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's on a Buy the Dip too. But guess what, you guys? You can go pick up the Ultimate Fallout 4 Drajevic Virgin Variant Facsimile Edition from good old Dennis at Wonderworld. How much do you think you can pick one of these up for in 9.8 right now?
Cover price?
What was cover price? What was Dennis selling? What was Wonderworld selling these for at the time?
Weren't they like $50?
Was it that much? Joe? I thought it was
Wow.
like, yeah, maybe. Yeah, because you got, yeah, I think you're right, Joe. You're
Well,
right.
if it was $50, guess what, you guys? You can pick up a 9.8 of these CG Seed for $46.
What?
Yeah.
Great book to take to San Diego.
Yeah. A 9.8 sold for $46. So I'm telling you guys, just got to put in some notifications, follow some searches. You'll find the books that you've wanted for a while. You can find them for cheap. And this is a perfect example of, Buy the Dip. Brought to you by Spec Media. Go check out Richie's channel. What you got going over the last couple days?
Tons of content. Editing is just turning out to be it's so time consuming. But I don't know. We're gonna do Hump Day Heroes on Sunday. So we're gonna switch off Hump Day Heroes one week, first appearance Friday on the other week. I just don't have the time right now, but I do promise you will get one comic live stream or video, and you will get one at least one card breaking or unboxing video as well.
Nice. Well, there you guys go. Sub up to Spec Media. You guys can find the link below in the description. Some great content by Richie over there every week, multiple times a week. So make sure you guys go check it out. And that is Buy the Dip for this week. Let's move on to the Almost 10. Let's get into it. Starting off with an interesting one. I forgot about this big time. This is Legend of the Dark Knight #1, the Jim Lee Six Flags variant. Tough book, I guess, because CGCs in a 9.4 are selling for $430, and the last raw sale was a little less than $100. So there you go. Yeah, you guys know about this book? I didn't know about this book. Anybody know how you got it at Six Flags? Was it like you just walk in and grab it, or just
Here's a Batman.
You had to go. You had to go ride the Batman roller coaster, something like that.
Right, vomit all over the books.
I've never seen this book. The only book I've ever known that Six Flags did was the Batman Beyond. I didn't even know that this was available. But I do want to mention this. A lot of people don't know this. Most of our season, I know our panel does, and most of our seasoned speculators, collectors alike in the live chat. But if you're on the rewind and you don't know this, there is a Frank Miller foil variant for this. I don't remember what con they gave it out with, but I'm not going to say, but the biggest online retailer for new books, they had them in stock for a while for about $45-50, and it's a beautiful book.
Not bad. let's move on to the next book on the Almost 10. I like this one. Wild Cards, #1 from Epic/Marvel Comics. This is a George R.R. Martin book, if I'm not mistaken. Miniseries, I think 3 or 4 issues. This is issue 1 right here. They are prestige format. And again, early George R.R. Martin stuff. This got optioned a while back. I haven't heard anything about it lately, but it's on the list this week, the Almost 10, because a CGC 9.8 sold for $200. And in March, that's up $150 because in March one sold for $50. So maybe a little love out there in the rumor world about this one. Chat, anybody, let us know. But here it is, George R. R. Martin Wild Cards, the OG prestige format issue on the list.
Very cool. Didn't he either reboot or have a volume 2 recently, Brian, in 2021?
Yeah, he did. And this is a story about World War II fighter pilots, right? Or is it World War I fighter pilots? I know it's OG fighter pilots. So
I know that the 2022 edition is I believe it's World War II, so I wouldn't be if they rebooted it, then yeah, but I'm probably wrong. But if this is truly if the 2022 series is a new volume, then you're probably right. It's probably World War.
Yeah. So pretty cool book. I used to pick these up every time I saw them just to sell in sets. 3-issue limited series, says the Righteous Flipper. Yeah, great stuff to sell in sets. So.
Kudos to you, Brian. By the way, I try not to, I guess you could say, buy my friends' auctions. I want you guys, because I know all my friends, my brothers. They have these amazing speculation collections along with their PCs, and I want to share it with you guys, the community, for a good price. So I'm not trying to bump you guys out, but I have bought a few sets from Brian, and he puts together the most amazing sets from Star Wars all the way through McFarlane. So you need to go. If you haven't been to one of Brian's sales, I highly recommend it.
It's been a while since I've had a sale, but guess what, guys? Those are coming back soon. I've got some stuff in the works that is very, very exciting. So keep your ear to the train tracks, as they say around here. All right, let's move on. Next on the Almost 10. This one's interesting. I love when Stein finds these books, or when one of us finds these books and it's something new. This is an interesting old school surfer comic, Surfer Cartoons from 1963. I've never ever seen this. Rick Griffin art is the name of the artist, or John Severson Publications is the name of the publisher. So old school book. Rick Griffin, I guess, is a much beloved artist, and this is a very, very tough, supposedly, magazine published by the godfather of surfer magazine, John Severson. So very, very cool old school surfing book right here. Be on the lookout for it. Stein has it on the list this week because a raw copy sold for $250.
Wow. And I was going to say the cover price is too high at 50 cents. I mean, in 1963, you were buying comic books for about 12 cents.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Is that what is that? Is that a ball sack, huh? No, yeah, it's a beach ball, but
it does look like a penis surfing.
Oh, it is a surfboard. That's what it is, right? It's a surfboard. I thought it was a beach ball. Jeez. Yeah. Well, this is a cool one. Be on the lookout for stuff like this. You never know if you're going to find gold in books like this. So, Surfer Cartoons from John Severson Publications, a Rick Griffin creator produced book, or not produced book, but the artist on this. All right, let's move on to the next Almost 10 book. This is a big shout out to International Comics, aka Josh, one of the OGs around here. This is interesting that I don't know much about. I was hoping that one of you guys would, or maybe somebody in the chat. But this is Spider-Man Across the Universe notebook. I don't know where they came from. I don't know how you got them, but supposedly they sell for $200 to $300, according to
Wow.
Stein and Josh. So
Is that hardcover, Brian?
yeah, I believe so. I believe so. There are a couple different other notebooks, but I've never seen this one. So yeah, very cool.
That's interesting.
If-
Where'd Red Hood go?
Red Hood had to bounce, yeah.
Okay.
But that's okay. We got it. 166 live. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And if you guys know where this comes from, let us know. Stein is not here tonight. He is on vacation with his family. He was going to try to make it, but he was unable to make it. So we're going to kind of need a little bit of help on these. As Stein says in the chat, it's got drawings from the movie in it. Interesting.
Wow.
Very interesting. Yeah.
So does that mean concept art?
Maybe. Yeah, that's interesting. It's the notebook of Miles on it. It doesn't have Miles on it. It has, it looks like he was like kind of drawing on it. NYC. It says ENWHYC, obviously New York City, but yeah, very interesting. So, all right. $200 to $300. Holy cow. Where do we find these? Where do we get these?
Wow.
Yeah. All right, moving on. This one's interesting. X-Men issue number 528. This specific 9/8 right here, a newsstand, a newsie, sold for $400. What's up with 528? I don't know why this is this a major key? Is it just a late Marvel newsstand printing?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's a late Marvel newsstand printing. What's the price on it? I can't tell on my screen. Can you tell?
No. It is a newsie though. Yeah, I don't know the price on it though.
First appearance, but I do own this in a direct. It's a multiple first appearances. There's a couple of first appearances. There's the origin, but the first appearance and origin of Oya, which is Ide Okinawa, a Nigerian mutant, and one of the Five Lights.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Interesting. There's that late newsstand printings, man. Getting big money. Righteous Flipper says, Black Panther character, I believe I have several directs. So there you go. Yeah, those late newsstands are really killing it lately. So be on the lookout. All right, next on the Almost 10, Philadelphia issue number 30. Is this the final issue of the series? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Did you hear anything?
No. It says $30 for this raw, though, is what Stein's saying on sales on this one. Shout out to Awesome Sauce Radio, a.k.a. Blind Adam, with the 99-cent super sticker. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Adam.
Brother. But yeah, Philadelphia issue number 30 here. Let's take a look and see if we can find out any information on this. Why it's rocking
Brian,
now.
Brian, I don't remember issue 1. I'd have to go back. I do own every issue. I don't have 30. Issue 1 I believe was the only issue that had an incentive. There was a 1 in 25 Matina for issue 1, but I believe 2 through 29, I didn't see any incentives. These are all open to order variants, and there's some unbelievable cover art by Bill Sienkiewicz, Todd McFarlane. I mean, we can go down the list, and there's just not a lot of copies in circulation.
Well, this starts a new arc on issue number 30, so maybe that's the play. Okay. Let me let people. Oh, sorry. Here, let me tell people exactly what the little synopsis is. It says, "There's no place like home. Conclusion: villains have become heroes, and the line between good and evil has been blurred beyond recognition. Philadelphia is ravaged by the war between heaven and hell, and our heroes are dead. But from the ashes of despair come the spark of hope that will set up a bold new direction for the series. And the Philadelphia universe will never be the same. The sold-out Eisner Award-nominated horror series reaches the end of this arc with even more shocking surprises It all starts from here, from Rodney Barnes, the writer behind the hit Marvel Runaways and stars American Gods, and Jason Sean Alexander, the artist who redefined Spawn. So, also available in the Noir edition with black and white line art interiors. So there you go, new arc, and people always, like you said, they were always keying in on this Philadelphia series. So
100.
And it looks like a Spawn appearance in this issue. So there you go. There you go. We are reading the chat, ladies and gentlemen. There is a delay. So just so you guys know, by the time that we're seeing your guys' chat up there, there's as much as a 30 to 60 second delay. So just a heads up. Black Comic Lords. Shout out to Black Comic Lords. Love their YouTube channel. I check them out. So as you guys know, whenever I'm getting ready for shows, I'll just sit here and throw up whatever YouTube, comic book channel is on, just kind of to the side of me. And Black Comics Lords are on quite a bit whenever I'm getting ready for shows, and I like to check them out. So make sure you guys go give them a sub and a follow. They said we had Philadelphia Spec Show on our channel a few weeks back. Covered this and several others. So again, I would suggest you guys go give them a follow, show them some love. They're doing some good stuff.
Also, guys, they're on Facebook. They have an unbelievable Facebook group. They welcomed me with open arms back in 2019. Fortunately, I haven't been able to be as interactive as I'd like to, but I'm planning on it forthwith. Some really killer spec and some great theories and debates. Very healthy and knowledgeable group there.
There we go. There we go. All right, let's continue on with the Almost 10 Archie issue number 641. This is the Dan Parent Orange variant. I don't know where this comes from. I didn't see it, but on anything, but it says Archie meets Glee on this one. And this is also a book that is selling for a decent amount, $45 raw right now on this one.
Wow, I've never seen this before. I couldn't even find any info on it.
Yeah, for sure. I've never seen it either. There is a variant for this issue, but it's not this one that's on Cover Price. By the way, you guys, shout out to Cover Price, one of our sponsors for Beyond Wednesdays and House of Stein and Spec Media. We all use Cover Price pretty heavily, and most of the data that you guys see on the House of Stein images that pop up that tell you the information comes from Cover Price, and that's where I get a lot of my information when I'm getting ready for the show. So shout out to the Cover Price crew over there. A great website, great information, and they're only going to get better as the future looks bright for them. All right, moving on. Next, we've talked about the Adam Hughes book for a while. Now the Jay Lee cover is getting some love. This is the Kickstarter variant for Rocketeer, the Jay Lee variant. Again, tough, not a tough book. I don't know how many of them were printed, but people were going crazy for the Adam Hughes stuff, and the Jay Lee stuff was kind of, like we would just kind of mention it. Well, guess what? The Jay Lee stuff is selling too. 125 raw on this one, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, Brian, I wanted to say if we can get to my channel to 700 subs by the end of the show, I will be giving away this Rocketeer Zero 1 in 25.
There we go.
Retailer incentive.
Make sure you guys go sub up to Spec Media. If we get to 700 subs by the end of the show, we'll give that book away. But very, very good stuff. Yeah. Who doesn't love Rocketeer stuff, especially when it comes with Dave Stevens' documentary? I know a lot of people were looking forward to that, and they could care less about the comic, but the comics is a nice little extra because Dave Stevens is one of the all-time greats. Rest in peace. A Dave Stevens lot, including, I think it was like 63 books of, it was a little tie-in for Rocketeer. And it had 5 signed copies sold for like $200. It was like $7 a book or something. It was crazy. So, all right, moving on. This one's interesting. Hawkman issue number 9. OG Hawkman. On the list this week, almost 10. Because a CGC 9.6 sold for $5,800. Holy cow. Holy cow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. No first appearances in this book, but it is a classic series, especially these early ones.
Yeah. Yeah. Steven Belcher says, do you just need to be subbed to be entered? No, basically, if we get to there, anybody that talks in the live chat tonight will be entered for the giveaway. So
yeah, and all I'm asking is that subscribe to my channel and give me a shot. You know, some people subscribe and unsubscribe, and that's fine. That's their prerogative. Just give me a shot. If you're into comics, I promise I'll do my best to give you the value that you're expecting. And if you're into cards as well, or a snob, either way, which some of us are, I will give you that value.
Amen. Amen. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and start collecting comments. We are collecting comments just in case that giveaway happens. Remember, you guys, let's get Richie Spec Media channel to 700 subs by the end of the night, and we'll give away that book. All right, let's move on. Again, a CGC 9.6 for 5,800, and this next one's interesting too. I want some Ice Cream Man on the list. Ice Cream Man, issue number 25. This is the Mr. Garson Virgin Black and White color splash sketch, whatever you want to call it. But it's a cool cover. Both covers are actually pretty cool. But this one's selling, I guess the partial sketch variants are limited to 25, and 9/8 were selling for $300 this last week. So
wow.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I didn't know Ben was gonna still be on vacation. I was actually gonna hit him up and talk about Ice Cream Man. I mean, a lot of these issues are on the dip. A lot of them were very unattainable, unaffordable. If you missed FOC in 2017 or you missed New Comic Book Day. This particular issue, though, is considered a oversized milestone issue for Ice Cream Man and Image for the regular cut, but this variant is just unbelievable.
Yeah, there's like 40 variants for this issue. 45, 47 variants, something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But 300 plus for 9/8, only limited to 25. All right, next. The final book on the Almost 10 this week, a Flintstones book. I've seen a couple Flintstones books the last couple weeks. Shout out to Funhouse Comics, who sent me a original first appearance of the Flintstones in an old school Dell book last Christmas, I believe. So that was kind of cool. And here they are, not only that same first appearance Dell book showing up on the market report the other week because a nice raw copy sold for a ridiculous amount, but here is another Flintstones book. This is the issue number 1 from 1977, a 35-cent variant. A 35-cent variant for this book. One sold raw. Take a guess, Richie, how much a 35-cent variant of this book sold for raw the other day.
I'm going to go ahead and say 35-cent variant. Well, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say 300.
Whew. I would have said about around that too. So $27.50.
Wow.
Almost $3,000. Yeah. Yeah. Holy cow, man. That is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. So, but ladies and gentlemen, that is the Almost 10. Make sure you guys come hang out with us over at Beyond Wednesdays tomorrow night for Saturday night's Modern Comic Mayhem. Be a fun and interesting show. We're probably going to have a ton to talk about. What we're going to talk about, I don't know yet, but the call lines will be open and drama alert will be happening. If you guys have any cool information that you guys want us to check out or drop some info on, jump into the Beyond Wednesdays Discord and let us know. Also, if you guys got anything you want to add to the drama alert itinerary, you can do that in that said Discord. Or if you want us to follow anything, let us know of anything going on in the world of comics news. Let's be on Wednesday's Discord. Yeah, interesting stuff. Hey, Richie, I want to real quick before we move on here to hold on, let me do this, you guys. One sec. Don't worry, we're not going to make you go through that again. But what I am going to do, 190 live before we get into the Hot 10 list tonight, you guys, brought to you by the one and only House of Stein. We've been doing this lately. We've been going and checking out recent comments left on previous episodes, and we're going to do that right now. We're going to go take a look at last week's episode, last week's comments, and do a quick rundown for everybody. So make sure you guys, if you want to ask any questions or leave any comments, go ahead and do that, and we'll try to answer them the following week. Let's take a quick look here. Starting off with Blood Sausage that says, great show. Good to see you guys back and feeling well. That was last week, the first week back from Stein's kidney stone craziness. Kirby Carpenter said, glad Stein is back. Yes, I watch Richie's channel. I have 2022 Optic football booster boxes coming to me in the mail. Also have the Rocketeer 1 in 10 and the Harley Quinn 1 in 25 coming to me. I have pre-ordered those, paid too much for the Adam Hughes, but got the Harley for $32 ship. Not bad, not bad. Cool Comic Guy says got a 9.8 Ghost Spider number 2 Peach Momoko, and it is the first selfie cover. Will be straight iconic. Well, that book is definitely selling for a grip right now, so if you guys are looking for one of those, good luck. New Noise says that Ultimate Comics Spidey 3 second print was my sale. Congrats. Nice to see people's sales on the Hot 10. Heroes Reborn says, at Stein, the segment about Sins of Sinister number 1, 1 in 100. I had a short box filled with the 1 in 50, 1 in 100, 1 in 500 ratio variants that all look great but fall through the cracks because every week there's another hot looking incentive variant that's a must have. Hundreds of ratio variants drop a year. There's a select few that will hold. Too many variant covers on any title on a weekly basis, and too many store or website exclusive variants as well. I'm not saying anything here, and the rest of you guys here didn't know already. LOL, love the content always. Shout out to Heroes Reborn. He also says, I'm so hoping that like 20 to 30 people send McClay a Spider-Man 2099 number 3A cover after seeing this. LOL. So am I. I agree. John V says, great book and show. I'm assuming you guys think Spider-Woman is a good buy. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's so much rumors and all that, but there's some confirmation, and we have recently with the Miles stuff. I think it is a smart buy. I mean, not only key issues, that first volume is wide open for the taking. I mean, I pretty much see those in back issue bins in 8.0 or higher raw for dirt cheap. So I think I think it's a buy.
Comic Book Therapy says all new Spider-Man number 3 cover looks like Miles has a new movie, the flying pucker button. I don't know, but thank you, Comic Book Therapy. Zen Master says, glad you're on the mend. Stein had a kidney stone once, worse than being in labor. My wife hates me when I say that. I bet she does. Shout out to Volsey, who says, good show, fellas. I fell asleep. LOL. I don't blame you on that one either. Jabez Creed says, you wonder why there is a dip. There's a person in live chat saying they have 50 copies of Action Comics number 9. Where's the market for 50 more fans of that book to find his copies? Mr. Vanguard says, glad to see you back, fellas. Hell yeah. David Samuelson says, unless that UF4 Newsy is super high grade, move that book so fast if you can land a sucker willing to overpay. He also says, Spider-Verse was so good. Hate the 2-part money grab, but it was worth it on a premium screen. Now, who is buying these books on awful spec needs to get their head examined. Wait a month for Spider-Verse to be out. UF4 will dip again. $1,500 is great if you can get it for this insanely overpriced in an overprinted book. To pay $2K, you'd be nuts. And finally, Bruce Yang says, Spider-Man 7 is still selling like crazy, even though you guys trash it every week. LOL. I agree. Lots of laughs. I guess influencers can't stop something organic by demand. I don't
think I
think
replied
that's...
to that
Is that book really an organic growth?
No, it's not. If you want to read my reply, let's.
Yeah, so
I-
Richie says, how do you figure? We are just speaking facts, Mr. Yang. The book was pumped majorly pre-FOC by the creator, and there are tons of copies in circulation. All I'm saying is be careful paying top dollar on a comic book that is easily available. Thanks for the comment. Great response, because that's exactly... I mean, I've seen Manny, the comic collector, and guys, walk into comic shops, and there's like 5, 6, 7 copies just still sitting there, so...
And like Ben said, there's I mean, as of last week, there's over 2,200 9/8s on the census already.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, leave a comment if you guys want us to read it on air and respond. If you guys are catching this on the replay, thanks to all 184 live viewers right now. Hit that thumbs up. How many thumbs up we got? Let's take a look. We need more.
We had 58, I think.
All right, here we go. 56 likes, you guys. 100. This is 184 live viewers, only 56 likes. You guys, seriously, it's very easy. As Hood says, do none of you guys have thumbs? I think you guys are missing your thumbs because you can't hit those thumbs up or something. So do us a favor. It really helps us out. AOA, thank you for dropping that. He says, sub up to Richie to get him to 700 subs for some free goodies tonight. And there's a link for everybody that wants to click it. All right, let's get into it, you guys. The Hot 10 list. Starting off this week with our honorable mention, Tomb of Terror, number 16 from 1954. 1954 right here. Crazy, creepy damn cover, that's for sure right there. That is a creepy damn cover. This book in a CGC 5.0 sold for $3,400 recently, you guys.
This is 16, right?
Yep.
15 is definitely I mean, I don't know if you even call these keys. I mean, these are all like grails at one point. I mean, these are like blue chips, but yeah, this is a crazy cover. Good. Wow, crazy. Nice buy.
Yep. So very, very cool Golden Age honorable mention this week. Let's move on. Next, for our regular honorable mention, I didn't know much about this. You've Been Canceled, number 1. This is the advanced reader copy on the list this week, though, you guys, from Mad Cave Studios. I don't know much about this. It just recently came out, I imagine. I don't know if the advanced reader copy has been out for a while, but this book just recently came out. And it's on the list because reader copies were selling for less than $5, and now they're selling for almost triple that. So, yeah, it's not a ton, but to see, double to triple the value on a advanced copy of Mad Cave Studios, You've Been Canceled, maybe you guys might have a couple to sell. So,
I don't know anything about this, but I do know a lot of, in the sense of I try to pre-order Mad Cave number 1 issues, and if I like the story, I'll keep going. I really like that small publishing company. Hopefully they grow in the future. Yeah,
I agree. All right, you guys. We talked about it last week a little bit, and it just keeps happening. I don't get it, but I understand why it's happening. It's not my cup of tea, but let me tell you, those nudie books are selling like crazy. All the Shikari books are selling like crazy. And at number 10 this week, we've got the M House art book, a Harley Quinn variant. And I think this is from Melinda's Comics with Pharaoh's Lounge, if I'm not mistaken. But here you go. Continuing the trend of trying to make major characters in comic books look like strippers, and I don't know, like what, you know what I mean? Like, I get it.
GFE.
Yeah.
Shout out to Long Short. when we were on Flip Side, he was I mean, he wasn't openly about it, but he was into this stuff, and these weren't as popular. Just it was I guess people say niche, clicky kind of corner of the comic market, but now it's starting to expand and it's on the rise.
Yeah, for sure. This book, $100 plus, $100 plus. So be on the lookout. There are multiple variants for this. I think there's probably a nudie variant, if I'm not mistaken. John S. says, what's worth, Zenoscope or these? That's a great question. In my opinion, I think Zenoscope is probably a little less on the creepy, cheesy scale to me, because sometimes these like really realistic looking books creep me out, man. There's like that weird thing where they put, somebody's head on somebody else on definitely not their body because it's sexy. And then again, you've got, Wednesday Addams as a 15-year-old character being sexualized. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. And you guys have heard me talk about it before on Drama Report. And I'm sure I will continue to talk about it until somebody changes my mind. And my mind can be changed. But here it is. It definitely sells at number 10 this week on the list. $100 plus raw for this book. So there you go. Maybe in a week, you'll be able to find these for super cheap. This is a great point right here by Swag. Swag says, why don't people just buy prints or calendars at this point? And this is what I was talking about a few weeks ago. Like, I think that the reason that those prints don't sell anymore, which really surprises me, is because most of the people are putting what they were going to put on their prints on exclusive variants. Adam Hughes used to like sell out all of his prints back in the day. They were limited. They were amazing. I don't think anybody is really selling prints anymore. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad. It is weird, and it is disturbing. I agree. All right. Number 9 this week on the Hot 10, 194 live. Let's get into The Sickness. What is this? Is Billy from Economics and Comics got a sickness book out there that we just don't know about? Like, where's I feel like I need to get a sound clip of him going sick. Shout out to Billy at Economics and Comics, who we check out his pre-order FOC bundles every Saturday. He does a good job over there. But here we go at number 9 this week. Don't know much about this book. Also, this is The Sickness, number 1. Selling for $10 to $15. Must be brand new, I imagine. Do you know anything about this, Richie?
I heard some option news recently, I think. So it's probably why it's happening, why it's on the list. Was it on a key alert? I'm not sure with Key Collector, but there was some kind of a news article recently about a month ago about option news.
There we go. All right, let's continue on. At number 8 this week, Star Wars issue number 35. This is the Noto 1 in 25. Came out this last Wednesday. Mm-hmm. I'm not a big fan of this Noto cover. Usually I'm a huge, buy anything Noto, but this is not that great to me for a Noto book.
So Brian, is this issue because as you know, I'm still trying to learn the parameters of speculation on Star Wars. Is this considered a big Star Wars book because there is 2 or 3 first appearances and an origin? One of the first appearances is Dr. Quaida, expert in kyber crystals that power lightsabers, of course, and the first appearance of a new female Sith, along with the origin of Luke Skywalker's green lightsaber.
Yeah, yep. And also, by the way, you guys, there's another place that I like to grab some Star Wars spec from, and that is drunkwookie.com. Make sure you guys go check out Drunk Wookie's website. And he basically says the same stuff, Richie. This is going to a second print. It will be going to a second print. There is a bunch of first appearances. had some lore-changing moments that connect to other media, including movies. Great art, and was written by a popular comic book writer in Charles Soule. So, yeah, second printing will be out on July 19th of this book. So we don't know what the variant is going to exactly look like yet, but it looks like maybe just a little bit different than the original cover. But yeah, here's the 1 in 25 on the list this week at number 8, selling for around $35 to $40 raw.
Brian, I mean, I'm sure you've probably noticed, but feels like this whole late printing spec game has been watered down, diluted. Do you think it's because of the ratios that the two big publishers have been putting out?
Here's what I think. I think that we're seeing something very interesting in the sports card and trading card world, where these big companies, aka kind of like what we call publishers, but production card companies, Topps, Panini, whatever, are printing more product than ever. They're going from 300 card set to 500 card set with multiple extra parallels and variants. And I think comic companies obviously started doing the same thing. You mentioned the 1 in 25 second printing stuff, which is crazy, but when it hits, it hits. All these companies are printing more and more to make more and more money. More and more people getting into the hobby, more and more people to get money from, and they're going to do that, especially with books like Star Wars, X-Men, Spider-Man. Look at Spider-Man number 7. We were just talking about all the crazy different variants and printings and this and that. So yeah, man, they're gonna print as much as they can for whatever book that's hot. At least in my opinion. They'll figure out a way to do it. So, Eric Hurd says, I don't think you'll ever know if it's a key Star Wars spec for years. The book will rise and dip. I agree on that. I'm out on Star Wars spec. I used to be huge on Star Wars spec, but it has totally died. Go look at, Knights of the Old Republic, number, 9, the first Revan, full Revan. That book is ridiculously low. 9 6s for less than $300, 9 8s for like $600. Ahsoka, first Ahsokas are going for about what, like $2,000 of that, $2,000 again. First Afra 1 in 25s are going for $1,200 or something. Like, it's a lot of that stuff has really, really dropped, and I agree that Star Wars spec is it's tough to play that game right now. So, all right, let's continue on at number 7 this week. This is an interesting one. Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 1 blind packs. You know about these?
When I saw on the list, I was like, "What is that?"
Yeah, this is interesting. So, this is from Panini Italiano. Foreign comics guys out there are loving it. It came in a blind bag pack, 4 books. Let me go ahead and show you guys the books here that you can get. Let's do that. All right, here are the books. You get a Miles Morales Spider-Man number 1 regular. Let's see here. There we go. You get the Miles Morales Spider-Man number 1 variant by Federico Vincentini. Only 500 copies. You get a Miles Morales Spider-Man number 1 variant when it's ultra limited to 50 copies by Mattia de Luis. And a variant 1 of 1? What? You have a chance at getting a variant 1 of 1 by Gabriel Delato. So, pretty interesting. I don't know if you're only getting 1 book a bag or a pack, but yeah, pretty interesting right here, right?
Absolutely. I would be all over that.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, 1 book per pack, says JC's Comics and stuff. Yeah, 1 book per pack. You have the chance at getting one of those, including the 1 of 1. That's pretty cool. That look at Panini again. Here we go. Panini playing the card game. Figure out a way to, make the money the way they have been doing it for a long time. And exactly, speak of Panini, says Keith, playing some cover tunes.
F Panini America. But hey, you know what? Thank you for 2022 Optic Football Blasters. They are incredible. This is a really good year for football cards. Not the best draft class, but I'm mad at you still.
Yeah. So there we go, you guys. That's pretty cool. This is selling. Let's take a look here. $35 to $40 a pack. $35 to $40 a pack. Which doesn't seem too bad to take a chance on some of those tough books, but I wonder how many packs are out there total. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. I mean, we would pay that for a mega box. So yeah, easily.
Yep. All right, let's continue on at number 6 this week, you guys. My favorite book of the week, Star Wars: Return of the Jedi, The Empire, number 1. This is the 1 in 100 Ryan Brown variant. And there is something about a ton of stormtroopers just chilling that is so simple but so badass. And Ryan Brown has been killing it on especially his Star Wars covers lately. So shout out to the Ryan Brown without the E, the good guy, the other guy's the evil Ryan Brown. He's the what Earth is Hobie whatever in 6-1.
Oh, you talking about Spider-Punk?
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the Prowler.
Oh, the Prowler, originally 616, but I think he moved into the Spider-Verse somewhere. There's so many realities.
So anyways.
Look at my notes.
Yeah. But you guys know what I mean. Like, he's the good one. He's the good guy. The non-evil one. This one is on the list this week, obviously, because it's a good book, but it's selling for $125 to $150 a piece. So
I sat there at the LCS. It was on the wall. It was just above ratio. The guy's usually cool. He's always like, not me, just be everybody. He's always like, but I'm always down for an offer. And the lowest he would go was ratio. I just sat there and I was like, man, there, like Brian said, there's something about a bunch of stormtroopers together, and I passed though.
Yep. What do they call that when you collect a bunch of like army troop builders? They call them troop builders. Certain characters. Yeah, original Prowler was Hobie Brown. Yeah. More on that later. So, great book at number 6. Let's get into the second half of the list, you guys. 197 live. Hit that thumbs up. Stein is on vacation this week with his family. So, we're rocking through the list this week. We have got, how many likes we've got? We have got 73 likes right now, 199 watching live. Let's get us over 100 likes before we end the show, you guys. Super easy. We got half the list to go. Continuing on at number 5. There it is. Spider-Punk issue number 1. This is the Okazaki 1 in 50. This book was on the list many moons ago for a couple times, if I remember correctly, 3 or 4 times in a row. Yeah.
And you love the story.
Very tough condition on this, right?
Well, you love the story, so.
Yeah, fuck this story. This I was so geeked for this, you guys. I was so excited for this book. It looks amazing. It was the worst written comic I had read in a long time. It was so bad that I got mad. I got angry because I was so looking forward to this amazing art. The first appearance of the Taskmaster character in this that looks like
Misfits.
Yeah, it's so badass, man. Just great art, but horrible writing.
It was cheesy. I mean, I see. I told Brian on another live stream. I kind of liked it because I see what they were trying to do. They're trying to reach like a true general audience. They're trying to reach collectors, but they're also kids. With the quirkiness, but cheese ball one all the way through. There's also, but I like a character in this as well. Besides the Taskmaster Misfits, is the Riot Heart, which is it's a variant of Ironheart, and she's from Earth 138.
Well, this one is pretty interesting. lot of people having issues with this book. A lot of people had to have it pressed, right? There was something going on with the paper
Yeah,
quality or something with this.
I pressed. So I had 3 of them. I pre-ordered, and the 1 in 25 as well was tough too to press. But so I did a video. I never put it up, but I did a video for for the new Marvel paper, and I figured it out. So what it was during a time there was a paper shortage. Shout out to Lucas and It's Drunken Chat Son, just following our show. Make sure you guys go say hi right after the show. Brian will redirect you guys. Shout out to Lucas for bringing this up on his FOC, his pull box show. But paper was so it was almost like it wasn't like rubber, but it was just so bad and so thin. And I figured it out. It's because the paper shortage, they couldn't come up with the stickers for the digital code. So they didn't have any stickers on the digital code. So for some reason they had to use this different kind of paper. And it probably was collectively done, because they were short the paper stock that they usually use. So yeah, it's tough. I pressed my book probably, I don't know, 12 times, and it still was just, I don't know. I didn't think it was 9.8. I sold to a guy. I asked him, I said, hey, please let me know what you get. He came back, he got a 9.8. So maybe CGC knew about it.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Well, this one is on the list this week for a good reason. Hold on, let me, I don't know why. Let me figure this out. What do we got going on here? Save. All right. This one's on the list this week because Stein says that Raws had dipped to 80 to 90, but jumped back up to 130 this week. 9.8 stayed fairly steady around $230, which doesn't fit the 2.5 times standard for modern. But yeah, him being such a important character in the movie this week, I'm not surprised that it's on the list. Such a great movie. Did you see the movie yet, Richie?
No, I haven't seen it yet. I've just been too busy. But
It's really good.
It's okay. I don't mind if you guys spoil. I'm a speculator. I spoil away. But for others, let's respect them. So
I like that. All right, let's move on. At number 4 this week, you guys. This one I don't get. Scarlet Witch number 3 from 2016. A great David Aja cover. Classic, very old school Greek art, like pottery, Greek art and pottery. It's got that crow on there, the old school lyra. Like, this is a great cover. But is there some spec value going on with firsts in this?
yeah. So supposedly, I mean, I don't know if people are speculating for new characters or what have you. I don't think there's any new characters in this. It's the storyline. They're taking the storyline and they're using it. The MCU is using it. So people that, kind of like how Secret Invasion #1 doesn't really have any first appearances, but people spec'd on that book because the source material for the MCUs are 1999. They used that run in 2015. So I think that's the same situation here.
There we go. So number 4 this week on the list. Killer cover. What a great cover. A couple great variants to this too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I have the notes. Rumor that a Scarlet Witch series is in development that is inspired by the concept of the Witch's Road, which is debuts in this issue, the origin and first appearance of the, story arc. So
there we go. All right, let's get into the top 3, you guys. 212 live. Hit that thumbs up. It would really help us out. We're trying to get to 100 thumbs up before the live show is over. We are currently at 88 likes, 213 watching live. 12 more likes to get us to 100, you guys. Let's go ahead and help us out while we go through the final 3 issues this week. At number 3, Duel. From Bliss on Tap Publishing. Never heard of them. New to me. This is an interesting pick on the list this week. Stein put it on the list this week because $30 plus for Raws and $225 for CGC 9.8.
shout out to Gem Comics. Thank you for returning. We really appreciate you. He gets full credit on this spec. He was on this when it hit New to Order and then on FOC, and he took a hiatus. He's got a family. He's got a lot going on. I don't know him personally, but I've been following him for a while. Really great personality, and our community really needs him. So shout out to him for this.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's cool. Great comic book content creator. Love to see that. Don't want to see any of our great content creators take breaks or have to leave from creating content. It's a lot of work to create this content, you guys. It takes a lot of effort. You have to learn a lot of new technology, and especially the ones out there that try to bring the real quality product, whether it's, good content, great audio, great visuals, great engagement with the chat and the live chat and, the community. Those are the type of content creators that we need more of. So definitely support your favorite content creators that are putting in the work, putting in the effort. And let's get on to number 2 this week.
Brian, we have a question by JLS. You need to answer this one.
Okay. All right. JLS says, Brian, how do you not know Bliss on Tap? They did Weed Magic. I do remember Weed Magic. I do have quite a bit of the Weed Magic. I am Weed Magic. I'm like Clayton Crane on weed.
Oh, weed?
Number 2 this week. Here it is, you guys. Amazing Spider-Man number 78. First appearance of Prowler, a.k.a. Hobie Brown Prowler, the original Prowler. Classic book. Very, very major storyline in the new Spider-Verse movie. Blew me away. The Spider-Verse movie is so good, you guys. You just need to go see it. A little bit long, but 9 out of 10. Great animation, great storyline, great cliffhanger. Really looking forward to the next movie. And that's why this book is on the list this week. CGC 9.0s reaching 725, 8.0s 400, and 6.5s 200 at number 2 this week. A classic Spider-Man book.
Stan Lee and the John Romita that we liked, senior. Classic. Also, there's a 90s book, Prowler 1, first solo title for solo series. Heavily ordered, but there are newsstand editions.
Nice. Yee, ask him to pull a rabbit out of his hat. We'd love to see that and do it on camera. All right. Make sure to say hello to everybody out there that is at Dallas this week. If you guys see Yeezy Yee or any of the other crew down in Dallas, stop by, say hello to them, give them some shit, and try and get Clayton Crane to pull a rabbit out of a hat. All right. Number 1 this week. My second favorite book of the week. Because it is a second print, 1 in 25. But that's okay. Darth Vader, black, white, and red. The Kari Andrews 1 in 25 Virgin variant, second print variant. Man, when I first saw this book on FOC, I went crazy. I went and picked up a ton of the trade dress because I actually like the trade dress better. I think the trade dress looks so good on it. You don't have that big white spot up above. This would look good, though, with an autograph, right? A Kari Andrews autograph on top, or maybe a little bit of a sketch, like have Kari Andrews do like a, like something flying over them, or, a Sith, another Sith apprentice hopping up in the background, or, you could do some really cool sketches on this, but you're spending a lot of money for essentially a blank variant, because these books are flying, selling for 100 to 150 plus raw on the secondary market.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you bring up a good point there. But depending on if it dips or not, yeah,
that would be cool. Sure. The Death Star above them, or not even the Death Star, a galactic cruiser.
Yeah, that would be sick. Yeah, I agree on that.
Yeah. So, yeah. No says, did the show start at 10 p.m. tonight at number 1 before midnight? Hey, when we're down a man, we rock through these things. it is what it is. So shout out to our boy Stein, and thanks for Hood for jumping on and hanging out with us at the beginning of the show. Richie, what's the outlook on the sub count over at Spec Media?
All right. So thank you guys for doing this. AOA, Funhouse, I owe you.
What are we at?
That's my live play, so you guys get a little bit of taste when you go. We're at 675. I appreciate you guys. We'll keep it rolling.
Yeah.
So let's just continue on to next Friday.
There we go. We'll give that book away if we can get Richie's Spec Media channel to 700 subs by the end of next week. Make sure you guys check out his channel. You can find that link in the description below. And we'll give that book away next week if we can get him to 700 subs. Thank you guys for everybody that hangs out with us and that is part of this community. We really appreciate you guys. You make it a lot of fun, and you're one of the biggest reasons that we do this. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Let us know what you think of the show if you're catching this on the rewind. Of course, Mighty Mel V and Drunken Chat is let's see here, are they live right now? It says maybe upcoming. Is it gonna let me direct to you guys? Hold on here, let me see here. Let's take a look.
So the redirect, this is a feature on the YouTube backend, right?
Yeah. Yep. So, Mighty Mel V, upcoming. How may we help you? All right, let's see if it'll let me direct.
By the way, shout out to Mighty Mel V. He's got his $1 1 minute coming back on Whatnot.
Is he going back on Whatnot?
Going back.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. By the way, you guys, some big news got leaked today. I don't know if you guys saw it, but shout out to Skybound Entertainment and everybody over there for pulling off one of the coolest things in comics in a long time, and we've kind of all held our tongues on it, but congrats to Robert Kirkman and crew over there for pulling off the G.I. Joe and Transformer craziness that we all are looking forward to. So, very, very cool. All right, let's try this one more time. I don't know why it's not letting me save it. It'll let me find their show, but it won't let me save it. They might not be live. Are they going live? Save. There we go. All right, you guys. We're going to send you on over to our boys at Drunken Chat. Make sure you guys say hello to Mighty Mel V and crew for us. And hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. And don't forget to come hang out tomorrow night over at Beyond Wednesday's YouTube channel for Modern Comic Mayhem, starting around 9:15 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to have a lot of fun over there. Call in live to the show. Hang out with us during our pre-show smoke session. For everybody that joins us live, you get to hang out and listen to some cool tunes and join in with us on our pre-game activities. That being said, we'll see you next week. Adios.